Laser 101, the station with the attitude. It's your boy G Money here with you, and we are interview time. It's 12:08 right here on the station with the attitude. It's Laser 101, and I got my girl Michelle in the building. Good afternoon, Michelle.
Good afternoon, G. How are
you doing?
Happy Friday, TGIF.
It is. Thank God it's Friday, and you brought someone along. You brought Crystal. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm doing well.
How's
Good
everything?
Afternoon.
So you guys are here for HR Evolve 2026. Am I correct with that?
You're 100% correct.
Okay, and we also have a caller on the line. Would you like to introduce?
Yes, for sure. His name is Rothmer Koenraad, and he's from AFAS. AFAS is a Caribbean company. He's based in Aruba, which is why he's not joining us here in the studio today. But he is going to be here in St.Maarten for the HR Evolve conference on May 20th, which is the International HR Day.
Okay.
And he's actually representing AFAS as a sponsor, gold sponsor, but also he'll be leading one of the breakout sessions during the actual event.
Oh, okay. All right. Can you hear us? Is he there? Alpha?
Rothmar.
No, I think we.
Yeah, I hear something somewhere.
I think he might have a bad connection with his phone. I know he's there. He's connected, but we can't hear him. Can we? Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, you might have to go outside and get a nice signal.
He is. I think he's sitting. He just sent me a photo actually of him sitting in his car, and he sees us.
Oh, he does see us?
And his screen is showing. It's very strange.
Okay, good. All right. So
But yeah, he's outside.
He's outside. So how are you doing?
I'm on the road. Maybe that's.
Oh, that's why. Yes, you're on the road. Yeah, you got to be on good Wi-Fi. That's probably why, because you're getting some. I don't know how good St.Maarten is over there.
At least you know the name.
Yeah, that's okay. So how's everything? Tell us a little something about HR Evolve 2026. Yeah, he's got a bad signal.
See me?
Yeah, you got to get some Wi-Fi. You're in a little bad signal. Yeah.
Just a second.
Yeah. He's in a bad. So you lead the way, Michelle.
Okay, so I guess somewhere at the end of last year, Crystal approached me and with her brainchild, which is what it is. HR Evolve is her brainchild. She has her own HR company, but she asked me, Michelle, can you help me put this conference together?
Yes.
I really want to make an impact on St.Maarten when it comes to HR. And so I said, sure, what do you need? I organize events, so it seems like a good match. But when it comes to the HR side, that's where Crystal comes in and her team. So maybe it's best if she explains exactly the thought behind it.
Yeah, so thanks for having us here.
No
G
problem,
Money.
of course.
Nice to meet you for the first time. See your
True.
So yes, HR Evolve. Moved back to the island 10 days before Irma and started as HR manager at Divi Resorts.
You moved 10 days before Irma?
Yes, I did. Left everything back in the Netherlands.
That was a rude awakening.
And moved back and worked for 5 years as HR manager and then started my own company. My big, when I came here, I could say I got a bit of a culture shock of where HR was at that moment. And I must say it has evolved, hence the name Evolve. And over the past year, I've seen HR still not being where it should be. And that is for me
True.
In the management teams, leading the way in organizations with the managers, supporting and advising management on the best way of the people's strategy. And that's how I came about with this idea for HR Evolve. And I thought, what better day to do it than on International HR Day on May 20th.
Okay.
So
nice.
Yeah. So it's a half day event with lots of guest speakers. We have a fantastic keynote speaker.
Yes, that is Cleveland.
Cleveland
Beresford, Jr. for many that know him. When I moved to the island, small, maybe nice anecdote. Spoke to him when lost my job, obviously, after Irma. And he asked me to come and work for him. And
just rolling with the punches.
Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm not going to come work for you. And he's like, one day you will work for me, Crystal. And anyway, 5 years later, my first project after Divi was at Nagico.
Nice.
So, yeah, really great working with him and his team. Of course, Cleveland has a, Caribbean in that sense, a very broad scope in HR. So really happy to have him on board as one of our keynote.
What would you say is this? Because you said when you first came to the island, the HR wasn't. What would you say was probably the thing that was the most problem what people were having with HR? A lot to choose from, huh?
Yeah, it's not necessarily people having problem with HR, but for me, it was more looking at HR itself, like very not digitalized. It's very much paper-based, not clear on having, okay, what are we doing in HR? Why are we doing what we're doing?
I think also the role of HR,
the
what
role
it
of
is.
HR, yeah.
Because most people, when you say, okay, HR, it's like, oh, you know, that's where I get my paycheck. That's where I ask for my vacation day. That's when I complain about my coworker that, you know, like.
Correct.
And it's
That's
so
where I get
much.
written up.
Yeah, and it's so much more than that. Then yes, that's the practical thing that a lot of employees see day to day or deal with day to day. But especially from a company onwards, HR is so much more, you know, like you have your people and your people are what makes your company great or not. So you need to support them. And that can be by training. It can be by understanding. It can be by the right communication. Also understanding what the impact is financially on your business if your HR is well organized and well structured. So
Correct.
It is so much bigger than like, oh, can I go on vacation or not?
Exactly. And that is what it was when I started here. Very much that. And my aim with my company strategic elements is also to support organizations to understand it's more than just indeed the pay slip. So really supporting my big thing, what I love to do is really supporting leaders and managers to understand what is people's strategy. And that's one of my clients said, oh, I've learned something new. HR in the line. And HR in the line, what does that mean? That is really from an HR perspective as a business partner, supporting leaders that they understand what is their role. It's not that you're coming to HR to do the job for you, but you need to learn, okay, how do I talk to my people? And in October of last year, I was in a panel discussion with the Labor Affairs Department. We had a nice discussion, and the big thing that I see here is managing expectations. In any relationship, people kind of underestimate it, but also in work, it's about managing expectation. What do you expect of your employee when they come to work? How do you recruit? What are you're recruiting for? And it's not what you then see in hospitality. Very big is that, can I get $1 more by Sonesta? I'll go. Can I get $1 more by Holland House? I'll go. But how do you retain your employees? What do you expect from them? What do you want from them? And also from their side, what are they expecting from their employer?
True.
Yeah. So it's much more.
Would you say this conference is more for management or employees or both?
It's actually for entrepreneurs,
leaders,
as well.
Okay.
And HR professionals, big HR professionals. HR professionals to understand their role, understand what leadership needs from them, and for leaders to understand what it is to be a people leader, to be a people manager. We have one part is really set on more from a business perspective with the breakouts, with AFAS, with Cleveland. And the other part, the second part of the afternoon is more well-being, psychological safety. Dr. Joanne Siebel, she's going to come and talk. People a lot of times are afraid to speak up. Why are you afraid to speak up? Let me just shut my mouth, get my money, go home.
Yeah.
But you see things going wrong in the company. A lot of times management think, oh, just do as you're told. But actually the ones on the ground are the ones know what is going right and what is going wrong. So do we listen to our people? So they're going to be part of that. And also Naomi Kostanya, she's going to be as well speaking on, what is, the movement parts, burnout, those kind of things as well, how to make sure you're fit to be productive in your job.
Okay. So how can people attend this HR
they can
evolve?
Spaces are very limited.
Really?
Limited.
Why is that?
I am so happy. I'm so overwhelmed. I was telling Michelle yesterday, we're getting a lot of registrations after the past times we've been on the radio. So super happy as well to be here today. Yeah. Spaces are limited, guys. We will
space is going fast.
Very fast. And it's great. I think a lot of people are interested in this topic and also interested in developing themselves. And that's really what this conference is about. But there's still some spots available. So if you're sitting on your couch this weekend and you want to be part of it, then you need to go to the website, which is sxm-hrnetwork.com. sxm-hrnetwork.com, and you'll find all the information there to sign up. You are asked to fill out a form because you have to pick out your breakout session too. There's 4 in total, except for some already.
Fourth one,
we had to add a 4th one because some of the sessions were already full up. Which is great. And then pay up to guarantee your spots. If you don't pay up, we can't guarantee your spots.
So how can you pay online? How does it go?
Yes, you can pay on. Well, you go
Pay
ahead.
with credit card, and you can pay if companies want to pay, of course, by invoice. We can send an invoice.
Okay.
But we have the opportunity through sxmexperience.com, Ruth Fleming,
Okay.
that you can pay by credit card through that link.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
when people register, they'll get all information from us within 1 or 2 days.
Now it's a whole day thing or just
Half a day.
Half a day.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to start with a half a day this year. The idea is to do it every year, and as we grow, we're going to do it more and longer for a full day. But now I said let's start with a half a day.
And it's a
So,
DV
at Divi
little
Resort from 1 to
Okay.
5, and then from 5 to 6 we'll have a nice networking cocktail at the rooftop at
Oh,
Divi.
Mix. Yes.
At the mix.
Look at y'all. Look at y'all.
Yeah,
Now-
because we got to talk about it. I think
Yeah.
Rothmar might be back.
Is he there?
said, yeah, he said he was back on, but I'm not sure.
is he there?
I'm back.
He's got a little.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, I'm on the road actually traveling, island hopping like we used to do. So that might be the reason that you guys that I'm having some bad connection. But I'm back on. I was on actually the whole time. I could hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
So I hope you guys can hear me now.
Okay. Would you like to give a little insight on the Evolve, HR Evolve?
Yes. Yes, of course. I like the lady said, this is the first time of the HR Evolve. When they approached us, it was almost an instant yes, and we want to be part of this because HR is what we do every day. Try to make HR in total better in companies, and when I say better, is just like they said. We think also that HR needs a head of a table at the of a chair at the table, but also change the way we do HR and the way we see HR, and you can do that very much with systems. But we are not go about system. We are not coming to talk about system. We are coming to talk about how you can do things differently, and definitely in my breakout session. That will be the focus, how HR can use data, the facts, to do things differently and to change their business.
Okay. So in your hands on, what is the one thing, the most difficult thing that you're trying to transition when it comes to this HR? What's the one thing on your list?
I would like for them to take away that it is in your hand to change 1% each and every day.
Okay. All right. Well, great. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
That is the simplest thing you can do, because sometimes we try too much to change a lot, and therefore not changing what you want to change. But the secret lies in changing 1% at a time, and you can do that one by one. Each employee can contribute to that change. So it must be something that you have to do with the whole company. Everyone has to be part of it, from top to down, down to top. We think that management need to create a workspace where they think and are willing to work in each and every position. Once you do that, it will be easier to change. So with facts, with data, you can see that, and once you have fact, it will be easier to convince people to move with you.
Okay. Now you've traveled throughout the Caribbean. Do you find that this is the same issue on every island, or different islands have different issues?
Different islands have different issues, but it's at the end it's the same thing. People don't want to change, and the only constant thing is change.
Well, in the Caribbean, it's difficult to change. We don't like change in the Caribbean.
Difficult. But sometimes we think it's difficult than more difficult than it is. Like I just said, you need to break it up in snackable bites. People needs to understand why they need to change, and most of the time we try to impose the change instead of encourage the change. So I think it is something possible. I saw it happen. I see it happen every day. After COVID, we learned one thing, that if you don't want to change, you will have at a certain point, you have to do it anyway. So I think that definitely I see a very, very great movement throughout the islands. And I'm fascinated with that. Since I came back from Holland, I said I want to be part of this change for all the islands. So since then, I've been island hopping, and I'm seeing it work. The last 5 years, I can tell you that there is a great change happening.
Okay, great. Who are some of your other speakers, Michelle? You have other speakers that are going to be, I know you mentioned Cleveland, you mentioned yourself was going to be speaking.
Yes, I'm on a breakout session as well about making sure that people feel confident to approach management and how to get your point across, really.
You want me to mention the others?
Yeah.
I think the important thing is with the speakers, I like that question. I wanted it to be St.Maarten, mostly St.Maarten people that are here. We think sometimes, we need to get, I don't want to say other countries to come here and tell us how to do things, but we have very competent people here in St.Maarten.
True.
So Anne-Marie Brooks is going to be one of the speakers from a business perspective, of course, at Divi. We're going to be having indeed Michelle for the breakout, also Joanne Siebel, Naomi Kostanje, and we're going to be having Gerald Simmons de Jong, a lawyer, was a judge in Seba, and now transition, and they have the young legal team here in St.Maarten headed by Valia Pantoflet.
Okay.
So he's also going to be speaking all from the Caribbean and off St.Maarten.
Is Peggy Ann Richardson going to be also speaking as well?
Yes, Peggy Ann is going to be opening, so really happy to have her as well. Be there, for sure.
All right, so once again, what's the website, Michelle, where people can go sign up? Because space is very limited.
It's very limited, going fast, sxm-hrnetwork.com for your final tickets. And if you already booked or reserved a ticket but you haven't paid for it, pay for it now, otherwise you might lose it.
Really?
As of April 24th, we're cleaning the slate out. If you haven't paid, we're going to, because there's such a good response and demand. So we want to make sure that everybody that's there really wants to be there. So sxm-hrnetwork.com. Obviously, big shout out to all the sponsors of the events as well.
Yes.
Obviously, AFAS, Divi Little Bay, De Jong, First Response, Global Resourcing, Grant Thornton, Quantum Finance, Telem, Wanna Grow, IGY Marinas, and the last one, Performance Management Online.
Nice. Okay. You've got to shout out your MC. Who's your MC?
Our
Damien.
Yes.
Shout out to Damien.
Yes. Yeah, we also have requests for next year's. I think maybe we should put you on the list as well. Maybe you want to be an MC.
We need men. We need men.
I have no problem. I have no problem with that. No problem at all. So once again, ladies and gents, space is very limited. The date, once again, is after Carnival, so you don't have to worry. It's May 20th.
Yes.
It's May 20th. It's at the Little Bay, Divi Little Bay Beach Resort. Starts at what time?
1 p.m.
1 p.m. So I guess
sharp.
Sharp. So be on time, please, people. Please be on time. Please be on time.
So you only have to ask for half a day from your HR.
I was just about to say that. You can go to work.
I know you were
but I don't think everybody's going to go. They're just going to take the whole day off.
Yeah, but you know what? This is work related. So HR should support this. If you really want to do this, your HR manager should support it.
The manager should be supportive.
The manager should be, yes, for sure.
And Rothman, thank you for calling, my brother. Anything else? Any last words you would like to leave with us?
Well, of course, I wish the ladies much success with getting everything ready for the HR Evolve. And like I said, this is the first of many because it's a great event. It's going to be great, and looking forward already for the second one.
All right. Well, thank you. We'll see you next month then.
See you next month in St.Maarten.
All right. Thank you. And ladies, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
And good luck.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be a success.
Yes.
It's Laser 101, the station with the attitude. Let's pay some bills. Keep it right here. It's your boy G Money. Don't you go nowhere. It's Laser 101.